It's another beautiful Daybreak interview where we ask series of questions to seek individual opinion on a particular subject matter. I am Bidemi Moses, and don't forget, typically in this part of the world, whenever there is a festive anniversary or festive occasion, festive season coming up, we see varieties of hiking commodities in the market, and oftentimes we tend to ask ourselves, what is the cause of this hike in price? Today, I have a very important personality with me, and we will be discussing a very important topic, and it is the state of the nation, and we'll be looking through Nigeria rising commodity inflation amidst festive period. And my guest today is no other person than Nicholas Ajetunmobi. You are welcome on board, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, to start with, we are in festive period because it is December already, and Christmas, New Year, we've been experiencing varieties of hiking commodity. And you as a business person, we want to seek your opinion. What do you think might be the cause of this hiking price, apart from the fact that you have hiking fuel, which can lead to hiking price? But oftentimes during festive period, we experience this hike. What can be the possible reasons for all the hike we are experiencing so far?
Yeah, let's say it's a tradition. Anytime we're having, or we are in the festive period, whenever we are in the festive period, there's tendency for prices of things, commodities, goods, services, even services. There's tendency for it to inflate, which is like in today's world is normal. You know, subsequently, we have in subsequent months like January, February, it's always tend to be calm. But when we are talking about festival, is when people celebrate, when people enjoy, you know, the period, the moment, the time where people enjoy their hard-earned money. Let's say they've worked over the years, and this period is time for them to flex. Okay, so let me use that word, to flex and enjoy. And as well, to give back to the community, because we'll be celebrating Christmas in a few times. The meaning, the reason why I think we celebrate Christmas is to give back, to help people, to help the needy, as well to enjoy. So when want to recommend it or want to tell people about hike in price during this period, we don't recommend the fact that people should just go to the market and buy stuff. I don't recommend that people just go to the market and buy stuff. You know, many people, they have tendencies of buying it before now. But anytime we have festive period, it means everybody is going to the market to buy things they will be needing. And when there is high in demand, so there is high probability as well that the price will skyrocket. So I think, let me just say, it's because the period have the effect on people to get all the necessary things they will need. So why there is a rush, whenever there is a rush in buying stuff, you know, commodities, as well as services, you know, people tend to inflate price. There's tendency for price inflation.
Okay, which means we can't just blame the price inflation on the sellers also, because whenever there is high in demand, there's tendency for these goods to be scarce also.
Yeah. When there is high demand, there's tendency for the goods to be scarce. Also, this is out of business now. Most of the time, we do blame the government about things not going well, inflation in prices. But do you know, we as individuals, we take advantage of every little things. For instance, now, I bought 1 liter of fuel, 260 yesterday. I know some bike men also, they got it at that price. But the places that they carry at the rate of 100 naira, now they are carrying 300 naira. Whereas from that point that they are carrying the passenger to that spot they are taking them to, they can't finish that 1 liter.
1 liter.
But just for the fact that there's hike in fuel price, there is tendency for people to take advantage of that and just put price on In my shop, for instance, one of my shops that I sell gas, for the past 4 months that I've been going there to buy market, the price that I usually buy when things are still normal, well, there was no time things are normal in Nigeria anyways, but when we can call it normal. It's still bearable. But me going there the following week, the thing keeps going up. But I use my own discretion that I can't be adding price as long as I'm still making reasonable profit. But people, I don't blame them. We all have our business strategy. Other people, anytime they go to the market and there's a little bit of differences in what they buy, they tend to increase. But one thing people might not know, except for people that are in business, is that even when you are selling at a certain price, you might be making 2 times the profit you are supposed to make. So when there's a little bit of hike in what you are buying, you will still be making like 1.5 of the interest. But people will want to maintain that twice.
Yes. So just want to have that normal turnover they've been having.
Exactly. So I think that's my opinion on things being like goods, commodity, services going up there and continue moving up there as it has been for the past, let's say, few years. Because there's nothing that comes down in Nigeria. It has always been going up.
Yeah. All right. There is this normal words they use on the street, dirty December, but seems the December is no longer dirty this time. Or is it because there is no more disposable funds out there, or because the fund is not just circulating, or people are just trying to maintain their standard, or because they never knew what might happen in 2023?
I think the word dirty December is people having working all through the year, wanting to enjoy their money. So I think that's what dirty December is, flexing, yes. Enjoy your money. But I don't think it has anything to do with circulation of money and all that. If you have money in your account, you can still do dirty December, even if you are not having cash. We have some countries right now that even all they do is cashless. It's all about cashless policy. So I think we are still ruminating on the old age as regards to how goods and money and finance is being circulated, because I don't see anything wrong in cashless policy, to be honest. But if we are going to, one thing that I'm concerned about is even if we are going to venture fully into cashless policy, that means the services, let's say the network, the banks, they need to upgrade their services. Because me as a person, I have POS terminals. There's other shops, I think I have like 9 of them. I usually don't, I know things about POS terminal, so it's just always dawned on me that I don't love using my own card. I can't even remember the last time I used my ATM card, because most of the time I used to have little cash that I can make do with during the week and other, based on the fact that I don't want my money to be hanged. I don't want a situation where I need to be going to
the bank every time.
Exactly. So if the banking system can upgrade their services, I think cashless policy could actually work, because we'll be able to, our mind will be at peace that any transaction we make, we go without any disruption. But if the networking is bad and the services the bank are rendering is bad as well, then there will be a little bit of problem with the cashless policy.
All right. Talking about cashless policy, and then you made mention of POS business. Sure. Now, the new CBN, people have been complaining that how can the minimum withdrawal for individual using automated machine or using POS terminal, so it's 20,000 naira in a week, and though in a day, though you can make your transfer. But do you think it's a good one for those that are operating POS business?
There is always, anytime there's a new policy, there's always pros and cons to it. There's always merit and demerit, advantages and disadvantages. But what I consider as good is when the advantages are higher than the disadvantages. So averagely, you can still consider it to be good. If, I don't know, yeah, you agree with me with what I'm about to say, that 2002 currencies notes are coming out now.
Yes.
So people are complaining about the currency not being how they want it to be, not looking nice. Not, to be honest, redesigning currency is not about beautification. It's about it's serving the purpose it's meant to serve. And if you ask me right now, I think it's serving the purpose. 2002 currency is now coming out,
2005 currency, 2000 currency.
Can you imagine?
Which means someone is holding it down.
And we are in 2022. Like in
2023 in view.
So I think the purpose of redesigning the currency and bringing out this policy, when you redesign currency, there are some policies that need to back it up.
Yes.
Now, after redesigning the currency, many people will have to purge all the money that they've been hiding. Let me use it that way. All the money that they've been hiding, many people will have to purge it. Now, they are purging it. They will need to get new cash. That was why the CBN government brought out that policy to curb excessive stocking of fund. If you cannot collect more than 20,000 in a day, how will you save up to, let's say, 10 million? There's no way where, unless, in Nigeria, things always go, there's a way people maneuver their ways and work around policies, rules, and regulations. So if they want to do it the way it's supposed to be, then it must affect everybody. Everybody. But if some people that see themselves above the law find a way to maneuver it, I don't think what's now the point of all the policies and all that. I know it will be difficult for market women, people buying yam in the market, pepper, to
vegetables,
those are some of the disadvantages of this cashless policy. But I think cashless policy, redesigning the currency, the policy that was attached to it,
withdrawal limit,
I think is very good. It will curb money laundering. Kidnappers, kidnappers just ask you to go and withdraw, bring 10 million and all that.
There's no way you can withdraw 10 million. Yeah.
So when the kidnappers already knew that there's no way you can withdraw, how do you pay them? And if you transfer money into their accounts,
it is very easy to
track them. So I think, in my own view, the benefits of the cashless policy is greater than the disadvantages. And I think we can still cope with it. We are Nigerians. We can cope with anything. So eventually, we cope with it. But I think it is combating, this policy, the changing of the designer is combating what it's supposed to combat. It's focusing on the area it's supposed to focus on. And I'm actually liking it, to be honest.
All right. So are so you're saying for this way?
Though it will affect me as a person. I have POS shops. It's going to affect me.
Mm-hmm. That is actually where I'm coming from.
As a business person,
a lot of people that are into small-scale business too, they are complaining now, and there is this, there is association for everything, and there are some guys that come around and say they are POS association, and they want to fight the CBN for bringing out that policy. That
number one,
because they will be running at loss.
They cannot fight the CBN government. That's number one. Then, secondly, as a business person, I always think ahead. There was this time, it was funny, like, it's not even up to 3 weeks now. There's one of my girl that does this POS. She's big, she's doing fine. So I was engaging. I was like, what else are you doing?
Apart from this POS job.
She said, only this. I know she's making money, but Nigeria can just happen to you anytime.
Of course.
Now Nigeria has happened to us that are engaging ourselves in POS businesses, because when no one can collect more than 20,000 per day, how do we make profit? And that's when transfer comes in. Now, people that are rejecting transfer can now start taking transfer. But it also has its disadvantage too. Fake transfer will now be rampant and all that. Because of fake transfer, now that's why people have been abstaining from collecting transfer. But now they won't have a choice. So it will affect the POS business greatly. As I was saying, I was engaging the lady and I told her, what else do you have? She said nothing. I said, do you know, Nigeria can just happen. Anything can change that will disrupt this your business. And it's not even up to 2 weeks. It happened. So, well, let me put it as part of the disadvantages, because POS is one of the business that Nigerian youths are venturing into to curb, poverty. They might not be rich, but at least they'll be feeding themselves. They won't go hungry. They will be able to take care of their basic needs and all that. But with this CBN policy, it will affect them greatly. So, advantages and disadvantages.
All right, in 30 seconds, let me take your advice for our general public that are watching us right now, the government, and also those that are into business too, concerning this new CBN policy, and not to forget the redesigned Naira we have out there too.
The thing is, I don't think we don't really need to take this issue as if it's so bad. It's actually not that bad, to be honest. If you are a company or you have large-scale businesses, and you need to make huge amount of money, then you can make transfer. But I think there's a clause in the policy that when you make above some reasonable fee that you pay, and there will be time for you to wait, for them to process the money. As long as whatever you are doing is legit, then I don't think you have a problem with that. As a person, the percentage they want to be removing, I'm not really cool with it. But as it stands, I don't think we have anything. There's nothing we can do about it. So I believe people out there, large-scale businesses, company, can still go on with their day-to-day activities without any problem. Those people that might have one or two things to talk about will be people running small-scale businesses. They need their fund, they need their cash to run their,
they want to do.
And I really, really don't know how to walk around this yet. This is just a new policy. So me as a person, and I usually think and study things most of the time. So I still don't really know a way around this, because even if I say don't worry, people that will be buying stuff from you will be paying you.
Sure.
What if those people don't have money too, and all they do for you is transfer? But I don't want anyone to be discouraged. I will advise people, young scale businesses, to not get discouraged. We are Nigerians. When a new policy often come out this way, it always causes a stir. People will be rushing, there will be everything on the air, discussion here and there. But give it 2-3 months.
We'll get used to it.
We'll get used to it.
Right.
And we'll find a way to work around all these things.
All right, that is the word. Don't worry, we'll get used to it, and then don't be discouraged. That is the word of Nicholas Ajetunmobi, and I will be calling it a wrap with that word. I am Bidemi Moses. Until some other time, I will be coming your way. Please stay safe, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.